A popular Hollywood movie at theaters is causing couples to rethink their relationships.
We got 3 lemons.
Okay, well, what my baby wants, my baby gets.
No, but I wanted 12. Baby wanted 12.
Why do you want 12?
Because I'm making a 12-lemon centerpiece.
So no one's even gonna eat the lemons? You're suggesting to me that these are just show lemons? I found my shirt on the floor. Thanks for laying it out.
Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn co-star in The Breakup as a couple whose relationship crumbles, and it's only when it seems too late that they realize what might be lost if they really do break up. Here to talk more about what couples can actually learn from this film, we're joined by local psychologist Dr. Ganz Ferrance. Always a pleasure to have you in our studio.
Thank you.
Okay, so you and your wife went to see this film this weekend, and you were really impressed by the job that the actors did. You thought that it brings a sense of realism of relationships to the screen.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You know, apart from being really, really funny and a good movie,
right?
Some of the fights and some of the subtleties in the communication and how men and women communicate differently and sort of the, I guess, the games that we play sometimes with each other, it brought all that out, and I think there's a lot we can learn from it.
I'm hearing this from a lot of people. Our producer Jeanette even said, I can't believe how well they cast me in that movie. So I guess a lot of people are sharing your thoughts. Okay, there's a lot of lessons you said that men and women can learn from this movie. So let's walk through some of them right now. And you begin with lesson 1, that men and women really are from different planets. Oh no.
Well, you know, when it comes to communication, there are 2 very distinct ways of communicating, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and the movie brought it out really nicely. Jennifer Aniston's character was hinting at a bunch of stuff all the way along, and you know, they don't show a lot of it before, but she was talking about how she felt and that sort of thing. And Vince Vaughn's character was just not getting it, and that's typically the case, right? For most guys, unless something is brought directly to their attention, we're not going to get it, unfortunately, right? We'll go through and say, you know, no complaints, okay, everything's fine, right? Meanwhile, the female is having a really, really tough time.
Right.
So
we're just wired differently, right?
Yeah. So I think one of the things to overcome that is, you know, what I call drive-through talking, right? When you pull up to McDonald's or wherever, you order the Big Mac, the Coke, and the fries. Okay. Not that you should be eating that stuff, but
anyway.
But you know, to make sure they get the order right, they repeat it back. Was that a Big Mac, fries, and a Coke, right? Because what happens is we tend not to always get what's sent.
That's
right? And so by practicing that, it's going to take a little longer, but you can make sure that the message is received and sent properly.
Repeat the lesson. Lesson number 2, we all have the ability to de-evolve under stress. What do you mean by that?
That's right. Well, the way our brain's made up, it's like, you know, old brain structures, reptilian brain, then mammalian brain, then sort of the human brain, right? Under stress, what happens is we go into a fight or flight mode, a preservation mode, and our brain stops working on the outside and really goes back to the core, which is reptilian. So we're kind of de-evolving as we're having our fight with our spouse,
I
right?
understand.
You understand what I'm saying? So now here's the trick, because what happens is that, you know, if for the female, not every woman is like this, not every man's like this, but typically, if a woman feels a disconnection from her mate, from someone she cares about, that puts her in a state of perceived threat, right? So she tends to pursue a little harder, which any intense emotions, guys are not that good at dealing with that stuff, okay? So facial expressions, whatever it might be, that's a perceived threat to us. So what we tend to do is either fight or withdraw, right? Which is a further separation. So she pursues harder, we withdraw more, and off we go, right?
I don't know where our time in this interview is gone. We have 30 seconds left, and I want to hit this final point. Remember, I tell my girlfriends this, no relationship is better than a bad relationship. That's so true, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes, yeah.
It's better to be alone and happy than be with someone and be miserable, right?
It's too much work to put in and to try to get through that and not have a really fulfilling relationship. And so 2 things I tell people is to really figure out what you want out of life and what you want out of a relationship. Maintain that bottom line, let your partner know that, but then if that line is crossed, really address it quickly and clearly, right? And understand that you are the only person that's responsible for the behavior you tolerate.
That's right.
In a relationship.
Some great advice. Dr. Ferrance, thank you so much for coming in. For more information on this topic, you can call Alberta Psych Systems Inc. at 428-5433. You can also go online to apsilife.com. We'll see you soon. Stay close.
All right, bye-bye.